Okay, so here we are with Matheus. He's one of my students, and we're having this interview today to talk about the English lessons, to talk about the process, the learning process, and I want him to talk about how he learned English, and what was the process like. So please, Matheus, tell us about you, who you are, what's your name, and all that stuff.
Okay. Hi, my name is Matheus. I'm 24. I'm living in Jaboticabal with my parents, and I'm studying electrical engineering. Yeah, and I'm talking about how I've been trying to learn English. The most part just by myself, and I use this class I bring some questions and for conversation and things like that. I started.
I remember you started like at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah, it's not the beginning.
Months ago.
I think that I started in April.
In April, more or less. So tell me, what was your English level at that moment? And you told me, like, Fernando, I need to practice English. December, I will have a test, so I want to be fluent. How was your English level at that time?
When I started, my English was so basic. I could read something, but just basic things. And now I think that I can do a conversation as well, like we're trying now. And yeah, I think that I had a great improvement doing that. When I started, I realized that I needed to understand English because my job needs it. And the first person that I thought was you. And I was thinking, hey, I will contact Fernando for get some classes and learn English with him. And then I wrote you on WhatsApp. Hey, I need some class. What do you think about to get a intermediate level until December? And what do you think about it? Is something like that in this way.
And it was so the process was okay. It gave its results. It showed results after many years. I mean, we practiced quite a lot. We practice we almost 2 hours per week, I think. Yeah. But you practice a lot by yourself too.
Yeah.
So what did you do? What things you did to?
I've been practicing just by myself too, a lot, and I need to tell about what I've been doing for improve my English. When I started, I was hearing kind of things from YouTube. It's like music and videos, and but I was spending 5 or 6 hours per day studying English. It's like I need to do it, and I will and I will get it. And after 2 months hearing, and of course I was learning grammar too at the same time. And after 2 months, I seen that I could understand the subtitles, and okay, I can understand the most part of the subtitles about the daily conversation, and it brought me some feelings that I can do it. And
that's right.
After 4 months since I've started, I could understand without subtitles, but not so much, But now I think that I can do a conversation. I can pass my information to each other, but I'm not fluent person. I'm working on it hard.
But I think your English is very, very good. I mean, you started from a basic, level, very, very basic level, and then you're speaking, passing your thought and your ideas, you're communicating your ideas. So that's the main objective, I think. And
Yeah, to me, the study about language is like a step-by-step solution. You need to study every day a little bit, maybe a half hour or similar, and but don't lose any day. You need to do it every day. I've been doing it. I've been watching Friends and the series that help us students, and now I'm trying to learn the difficult texts about nature or about the world and I don't know, forest. I need to get
so
words
you're
that
really more
that I
about,
didn't know.
more about science,
Yeah, about the science, about codes, because
biology, so that
I've been
history.
studying codes, programming codes too, and I've been get this word, new word to me, but it is a process. You need to do it,
Mhm.
and I've been doing it, and I think that I need I don't know, maybe 2 years. Yeah.
So it's something that you need to. It takes some time. It's like you start practicing. You do your lessons. You can do lessons. For instance, if someone wants to do classes with me or with other teacher, the teacher is a guide. He will give you the content and maybe give you some books and websites and tools, and you can practice with your teacher. But the student has to do his part or her part to improve, like practice at home, do listenings. This immersion, it's on the student too. It's part of the student's job to do.
Yeah, as you told me before, uh, the I don't know, maybe the 50% is about the student.
Yeah,
If the student doesn't like study, oh, okay, I don't have good things to tell you. You need to
yeah.
study. Yeah, the most part is not 50, 70% is about the student.
Mhm.
And in my case, I got the feeling studying English. Now I love it and I do it just for fun,
Uh-huh.
and it's good to me. But in this way that I did, I studied grammar. Yeah, the beginning is the worst part, because when you don't understand anything, it's a little bit hard, and
Yeah,
you'd like to throw it away,
yeah,
and
yeah. I think that's
maybe
the
get a
hardest part.
F.
The hardest part. Yeah. And then when you understand English, when you can handle the language, and when you can communicate yourself, your ideas, I think then you can start reading other things by yourself. It's more something more natural. But at the beginning, it's very hard when you don't know, when you're studying what's your name, how are you, and all that,
Yeah, something like that.
all those things.
Yeah, the beginning is the worst part. I agree with you, and but I think that in my case, I spent 2 months to understand subtitles, and then, oh, okay, I can understand it, and after 4 months, I could understand the people without subtitles, and okay, I'm improving it. And now after 7 months, I've been studying for 7 months or 80 month. I don't know it, but that's okay. And now I realized yesterday that I was understand French, and I didn't need the subtitles. I was
That's
looking.
great.
Yeah, I was looking at the TV, and oh, okay, I could understand without subtitles. That's amazing.
That's great. That's great. That's great. There's something with the subtitles that when you have the subtitles, you want to read them. So maybe you understand what they are saying. Sometimes I listen to some stuff in Portuguese. I'm watching a movie in Portuguese and I turn on the subtitles there and I read the subtitles. I can understand what they're saying and I read it anyway.
Yeah, it's when you hear other language every day, you will get used to it. And I've been doing it. If I could tell something about each other is here every day. Hear English when
It's
you
very important.
are taking a shower or
Yeah.
in your time lunch.
Listen to English every
All the
day.
time that you have a time for hear other language, your target language.
There are many things. There's a lot of content on the internet. You have podcasts, you have videos on YouTube videos, you have music, well, music is sometimes you just listen to it and you don't pay attention to the meaning.
Yeah.
So I think it's not that useful. I think music is useful for pronunciation, for instance. But if you want to understand words and all that, I think podcasts are something very good. YouTube videos are something very good. On YouTube, you have the subtitles. You have TV shows, sitcoms, movies, Netflix.
Yeah, not always. It's very easy learn English because you have YouTube free and you can watch lessons from YouTube every time, and Spotify who you where you can get the podcasts, and there are a lot of softwares for free. So I think that if you want to understand English, you could do it.
So, okay, we're about to finish this interview. Thank you very much for this conversation. It's gonna be on my Facebook page and maybe on YouTube. I don't know. Probably on Facebook on the school website, the school fund.
Okay.
Tell me, what do we do in the classes? What kind of activities we did in the lessons? What can you?
Grammar. We did a conversation. We did class about texts, understanding text topics,
reading,
and I have one who I always remember it when you did a class with me about the radio.
Practice.
You remember it?
Program.
Yeah, it was fun, and I really liked it. I tell to my friends that I like your class. It's not about you, about the way you do the class, because it's not. I never felt boring in the class, because one day we do grammar, and other class with the conversation, and
we try to mix, right? We try to mix them.
Yeah, mix all the times and all the things that you can pass in a country speaking English. And I remember other one about the when you and me went to a restaurant. Do you remember?
Yeah, and we practice this.
We had the menu, and we are asking for things from the menu.
We were reading the menu and asking for different things. I remember this activity we did with the colored pencils, where you had to draw. Remember?
I remember. Yeah,
that was a good one too.
It reminds me the way you do it. You're a good teacher. I really like your class.
Thank you.
I'm here for talking about it.
Sorry?
I'm here talking about it. I really like your class. It's not about you, but the way you do it.
Yeah. For instance, now this is a part of the class. I told you, Matheus, like do an interview for my website and
Yeah.
page, and it's something different, you know. You not always do an interview in English, so it's something different, a different experience.
Yeah, it's hard to me because I didn't used to do the things, you know, the interview for Facebook or YouTube. I don't like this the things, but I think that it is necessary if you want to express your
No,
passion.
I thought it was. I mean, sometimes my students tell me, "What are your classes like?" So I can tell my other people, like, "Okay, listen to, check. This is one of my students. We practice. This is his level, and we did all this together. This is what he had to say about my lessons and the process." And I think it's you have a really good point of view about the learning process. You can see the learning process in a very interesting way. So it's useful that it's very important that you can communicate that. Basically, the idea, especially the idea of the student has to do his part, has to study, has to do things. It's not only the class. So I thought that was very important from you, for you to tell.
Yeah, I'm feeling nervous because now and I made some mistakes, but that's
Don't
okay.
worry about the mistakes.
I'm here for learn.
Yeah, don't. So you're here. You're learning. I made a lot of mistakes too, and I'm the teacher. You know, it's like so I'm not a native speaker, so we are going to do mistakes. Our language, our English, for instance, in this case, is not going to be perfect. My Portuguese is not perfect. I speak Portuguese anyway.
Yeah.
My Spanish, even my Spanish is not perfect. So it's a process. You don't have to be worried about it. And I think that is the key. Not to be worried about the grammar when you're speaking. You don't need to be worried. Just try to communicate your ideas. And then when we are studying grammar, okay, pay attention to the grammar. When we are doing a test. But if you're just speaking with other people, just communicating, you don't need to think about it.
Do you see that students don't know how to handle with mistakes?
Yeah, they get very nervous.
They can, oh my word.
It's running out. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very common. It's the most common thing that students say. Oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk because I'm afraid of making some mistakes. My English is very bad. Things like that, and they don't want to. They don't want to practice. They don't practice. They don't speak. They feel very, very nervous. That's very bad. So I think the task of the teacher is to change this idea. This is the main objective for the.
I felt it. I know.
Okay, Matheus, thank you very much for this conversation. We're going to finish it now, and then we will continue with the class, right?
Okay. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.